here is today's DVD vlog, and here we go. The first movie is called The Double, with Jesse Eisenberg, Mia with Oscar. This is directed by Richard Ayoade, who was in the IT Crowd and The Watch with Ben Stiller. If you haven't seen it, here's a quick synopsis of it. Simon is a timid man, scratching out an isolated existence in an indifferent world. He is overlooked at work, scorned by his mother, and ignored by the woman of his dreams. He feels powerless to change any of these things. The arrival of a new co-worker, James, serves to upset the balance. James is both Simon's exact physical double and his opposite. Confident, charismatic, and good with women. To Simon's horror, James slowly starts taking over his life. That's The Double. The next movie is called the next movie is called Friended to Death. It's got Ryan Hansen, who played Dick Casablancas in Veronica Mars, the TV show, and also in Veronica Mars movie. If you haven't seen it, here's a synopsis of this one. Michael Harris is dead. Please like and share. After having the worst day of his life, obnoxious LA meter maid Michael Harris begins to question whether anyone would care if he died. Being a social media junkie, he concocts a scheme to fake his death online just to see which of his so-called friends will show up at the funeral. Michael enlists his former colleague Emil to help execute the plan. But to Emil's increasing anxiety, Michael's phony death backfires, escalating into a whirlwind of trouble. In the end, Michael must learn what friendship really means in this hyper-connected, yet paradoxically isolating age of social media that we all live in, which, as he comes to learn, is a whole lot more than just tweets and status updates. That was The Double. Here's the disc. The next one is called About Last Night. This is a remake. In the original, it had Demi Moore, James Belushi, Rob Lowe, and Elizabeth Perkins. This has Kevin Hart in it. If you haven't seen it, there's a quick synopsis of it. A modern reimagining of the classic romantic comedy, this contemporary version closely follows new love for two couples, Danny, Michael Ealy, and Bernie, Kevin Hart, are two single men living their lives on the wild side. But when Danny meets Debbie, Joy Bryant, at a bar, and the two start a relationship after a one-night stand, his life takes a different turn. Along the way, Debbie's best friend Joan, Regina Hall, discovers just how difficult finding and maintaining true love can be. The film is based on David Mamet's 1974 play Sexual Perversity in Chicago, which was adapted into the hit 1986 romantic comedy About Last Night. Here's the disc. The next one is Tarzan in 3D. This is a motion picture movie. This one, Tarzan, is voiced by Callan Lutz. Have you ever seen his synopsis? A teenage boy raised by gorillas in Africa falls for a pretty controversialist following a chance meeting in the jungle, but finds their romance threatened by a menacing silverback and a scheming capitalist in search of a new energy source. In this animated adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' classic tale, John Greystoke Jr. was just a toddler when he accompanied his adventurous mother and father on a journey into Africa in search of a mineral that could revolutionize the energy industry. That trip turns tragic, however, when their helicopter crashes in a race to escape a massive storm, leaving young John, the sole survivor, raised from that day forward by a motherly gorilla named Carla. The boy, now named Tarzan, quickly integrates into the family of primates. But alpha male silverback Tablet refuses to accept Tarzan's presence, viewing him as a direct threat to the clan. Nearly a decade later, Tarzan encounters beautiful Jane Porter and begins to long for human contact. The film stars Callan Lutz, Spencer Locke, Anton Semmelrogge, and Jamie Ray Newman. That was Tarzan. Here's the disc. The next new one is Trust Me with Clark Gregg and Molly Shannon. Haven't seen his synopsis. Trust Me tells the sharp comic story of Howard Holloway, Gregg, a down on his luck agent for child actors, and truly one the last good guys left in Hollywood. After discovering a 13-year-old acting prodigy, Sharbino, he is poised to close the deal of a lifetime, which would catapult his twin client and at long last himself into the big time. With the support of his gorgeous new neighbor, P, he must wrangle the actress's title of protective father, dodge a scheming producer, Felicity Huffman, and outwit his uber-slick nemesis, Sam Rockwell. That was the movie Trust Me. Here's the disc. The next new one is called Brightest Star. It has Chris Lowe, who was also in the TV series Veronica Mars and the movie. Haven't seen his synopsis. I believe in moments of clarity, when the universe reveals to you exactly what you've been looking for. Fresh out of college, a young man, Chris Lowe, is left devastated when the girl of his dreams dumps him. Refusing to move on, he devises a plan to transform himself into the man she desires. After resigning himself to working for the head of a company in corporate meritocracy, Clark Gregg, he falls for a hipster songstress, Jessica Zorg, who likes him as he is. As his path continues to unfold, unexpectedly, the counsel of a kindred spirit astronomer, Alison Janney, helps him understand how to truly carve out a place in the universe. That was Brightest Star. Here's the disc. My last new one is Don Peyote with Dan Fogler, Josh Duhamel, and Jay Baruchel. And the special appearances by Anne Hathaway and Hofer Grace. It's a synopsis. A midlife crisis over his upcoming wedding sends 32-year-old unemployed stoner Warren Ullman on the drug trip of a lifetime. In this off-the-wall comedy starring Dan Fogler, Josh Duhamel, Jay Baruchel, and a host of celebrity cameos. Fueled by vivid apocalyptic dreams, Warren becomes obsessed with doomsday theories and decides to make a documentary on the subject while his fiancée is busy planning their wedding. That was Don Peyote. Here's the disc. Let's go on. The next one is Vampire Academy with Zoe Deutsch, Lucy Fry, and Gabriel Byrne. His synopsis. The story features a 17-year-old Danfair, half-human, half-vampire, guardian in training, Rose Hathaway, and her Royal Maroi, the peaceful mortal vampire's best friend, Lisa Dragomir, living discreetly within our world, and had escaped from their boarding school, St. Vladimir's Academy, 2 years prior to the story. They are soon dragged back to the Academy and rediscovering the dangerous hierarchy within it. Along with lies, rumors, and secrets, Rose starts to form an attraction to her Russian Danfair mentor, Dmitry Balakov. That was Vampire Academy. The next one is Las Vegas. Haven't seen his synopsis. One legendary weekend. Billy, Michael Douglas, Paddy, Robert De Niro, Archie, Morgan Freeman, and Sam, Kevin Kline, have been best friends since childhood. So when Billy, the group's sworn bachelor, finally proposes to his 30-something, of course, girlfriend, the four head to Las Vegas with a plan to stop acting their age and relive their glory days. However, upon arriving, the four quickly realize that the decades have transformed Sin City and tested their friendship in ways they have never imagined. The Rat Pack may have once played the Sands, and Cirque du Soleil may now rule the Strip, but it's these four who are taking over Vegas. That's Las Vegas. Here's the disc. The next one is The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, the second in the Hunger Games series. Here's the you haven't seen this synopsis. Remember who the enemy is. The Hunger Games Catching Fire begins as Katniss Everdeen has returned from home safe after winning the 74th annual Hunger Games. Along with fellow tribute Peter Malak, winning means that they must turn around and leave their family and close friends, embarking on a victor's tour of the districts. Along the way, Katniss senses that a rebellion is simmering, but the capital is still very much in control, as President Snow prepares the 75th annual Hunger Games. The Quarter Quell, a competition that could change Panem forever. There was the Hunger Games catching fire. Here's the disc. The next one is American Hustle with Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Here's the disc. The next one is Silver Linings Playbook with Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver. The next one is The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio. The next one is The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Carey Mulligan, Joel Edgerton. This is directed by Baz Luhrmann. Here's the disc. The next one is the Zac Efron movie, The Lucky One, with Zac Efron, Taylor Schilling. This is directed by an Australian director, Scott Hicks. This is based on the book by Nicholas Sparks. Here's the disc. The next movie is called Welcome to the Jungle with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Adam Brody. Here's the disc. The next movie is The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is directed by Martin Scorsese. In the movie, it has a song by Umberto Tozzi called Gloria. Yeah. It's the disc. Sorry. My next movie is Veronica Mars, the movie, with Kristen Bell, Ryan Hansen, Jason Doreen, Chris Lowe, Tina Majorino. Here's the disc. Nearly finished. The next one is Walk of Shame. With the next movie is called Walk of Shame, with Elizabeth Banks from The Hunger Games, the Lego Movie, James Marsden from Hairspray, Anchorman 2, and haven't seen its synopsis. Awesome Night, Epic Aftermath. The outrageous comedy Walk of Shame stars Elizabeth Banks, The Hunger Games, Pitch Perfect, as a resourceful reporter whose one-night stand with a handsome stranger, James Marsden, of Anchorman 2, leaves her stranded the next morning in downtown Los Angeles without a phone, car, ID or money, and only 8 hours before the most important job interview of her career. Here's the disc. Next one is Oz, the Great and Powerful. James Franco plays the wizard. Mila Kunis plays the evil wizard. And James Bond's wife, Rachel Weisz, plays the evil witch. This is directed by Sam Raimi of The Evil Dead. Here's the disc. This is another Zac Efron movie. It's called The Paperboy with Nicole Kidman, Zac Efron, Matthew McConaughey, John Cusack. Yeah. Here's the disc. The next movie is called The Way, Way Back with Toni Collette, Steve Carell, Alison Janney, Amanda Peet, Sam Rockwell. This is directed by Nat Paxton and Jim Rash. This is one of my favorite movies. This movie is called Parental Guidance with Marissa Tomei, This movie's called Parental Guidance with Marissa Tomei, Billy Crystal, Bette Midler, Tom Everett Scott. Here's the disc. And my last movie is an Adam Sandler one called Grown Ups 2. Next, Adam Sandler is in a movie called Blended with his wedding singer and 50 First Dates co-star Drew Barrymore. Watch Grown Ups 1, watch Grown Ups, then watch Grown Ups 2. Is the disc. So the movies I reviewed today are Grown Ups 2, Parental Guidance, The Way, Way Back, The Paperboy, Oz, Great and Powerful, Walk of Shame, Veronica Mars, The Wolf of Wall Street, Welcome to the Jungle, The Lucky One, The Great Gatsby, Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, The Hunger Games Catching Fire, Las Vegas, Vampire Academy, Don Peyote, Brightest Star, Trust Me, Tarzan, About Last Night, Friended to Death, and The Double. That's all the movies I reviewed for today.